My name is Michelle Escoffery. I am a singer-songwriter, which I have been for many, many years, but I am also a wellness coach, a success coach, and I facilitate visual creation workshops. And what that is basically creating a visual stimulus for your goals and also creating an action plan that goes with that. Well, I got involved with vision boarding basically out of desperation. I was not really right at the beginning of my career, but at the crossroads of my career, and in a position where I was flat broke and wanted more for my life, and got involved in creating a vision board that had everything that I wanted on it. I was in debt, I wanted to move into a house, and all of it seemed completely impossible. And I created a vision board, and within 6 months, everything on my vision board happened. And I thought, there's something in this. So I did it again and again and again and proved that it worked. And once I'd done that, then I started teaching it to other people, because I just felt it's important to not only have an idea about what we want in our lives, but also an action plan of how to achieve it. A lot of the time, we talk about the law of attraction and thinking positively and putting something out into, the ether or the universe, but we don't always talk about the work that goes behind doing that. So yes, think positively. Yes, raise your, frequency or vibration, but also have an action plan. What are you going to do to move closer to where you desire? So that's basically what I teach, how to fuse those two things together. So you have the positive thinking, working with your energy as well, because energy is everything. How you approach your goals has a lot to do with how you achieve your goals. So I definitely use it in my music with how I want to, where I want to be, what I want to achieve, but it covers all aspects of life, When I first started vision boarding, it was completely alien to me. I was a journal writer. I always wrote in my journal. And I always wrote about, I want this, why isn't this happening? I want this to happen. And I changed the context of what I was writing about. And so instead of wishing for something to happen, I put myself in the point of I am, the I am consciousness. So I am doing this, I have this already. And that kind of came from a writer, her name is Catherine Ponder, and it was basically around the power of prayer, but being in the what they call the Christ consciousness, which is the I am. And that's how I started really with the idea of, okay, well, if I can have words, maybe then I could add visuals to that and put myself in that place and say, I am doing this, I have a home, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am well, I am healthy, and it goes on and on and on. And then I started coming into contact with, cutting edge, leading edge thinkers such as Anthony Robbins, such as Shola Arewa, and just really getting into their work and understanding, okay, how does this really work? And how I happened upon it, is this something that can be used consistently? So I guess that's how I kind of came into contact with it. I think I made the decision to start sharing this toolkit with others because it's nice to share. And also, I was coming across so many, particularly women, that were in a situation where either they had reached a point in their career and hadn't found fulfillment somewhere else in their life, or had focused on family life but were seeking more fulfillment in their career. And I just felt that there was a need to support these women in having a more fulfilled life, having a more balanced life, having a more grounded life, having a fuller life, and also getting to a place where you can have it all. You don't have to sacrifice one thing for another. You know, I was a relatively young mother at the, you know, peak of my career, and I was told that it was commercial suicide to become a mother. How could, you know, you're going to have to give up your career by being a mum? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to give up my career. So I had the mindset that actually, no, I can have it all. I can have a family life and have a successful career. It's really all about how I use my energy and how I direct my energy. So I felt it was really important to start sharing that with women and to empower women to get to a place where they knew that they didn't have to make that sacrifice if they didn't want to. I think it's really important. March 25th, Manifest Brunch. What can people expect? They can expect coaching, they can expect energy exercises, because I truly believe that when you change your state, you can change anything in your life, and what you focus on becomes what is real to you. So they can expect energy exercises, they can expect coaching questions that will push them and hopefully tease out of them what they really want. Deepak Chopra says in his meditations, what do I want? Who am I? What do I want? What do I really want? So it's getting to the crux of what do I really want? Because a lot of times we answer that question surface. I want to be happy. I want to have a nice house. You know, I want 2.4 kids. I want to earn a good living. But what do you really want? What gives you more energy? What sets you on fire? What are you passionate about? And that's what I really want to get to. What lights you up? Because that's what you're going to move towards. So with the workshop, we will be setting goals. We will have visual stimuluses for those goals as well. And having a timeline, setting a timeline for the goals, because a lot of times we put these massive goals out there and we don't know how to break that down, how to crunch it back and start moving towards it. So we will have a very action-based timeline. The attendees hopefully will walk away with a clear idea of what they want and how to go about getting it, and also a visual board that they can look at daily as a reminder of what they're working towards, their small goals and their bigger goals. And that really, I can't stress enough how much magic is in a vision board. And sometimes we put things down and we don't even know why we've put them on the vision board. And we look back 6 months later or a year later and nearly everything on our board, we've achieved it. By speaking it out, by writing it out, by putting up a visual stimulus of it, it sets the wheels in motion to really achieve what you want. Oh wow, an example of magic on my board. The first board I ever made, I put everything on that board. I put fridge, you know, the kind of radiators I wanted, the color walls I wanted in the house. This house that didn't exist, by the way, like totally didn't exist. How the garden would look. I wanted a loft. I mean, I just thought way, way, way out of the box. And like I said, within about 6 months, and you know, the idea is that you get presented with opportunities to get where you want to get to. So I had the opportunity to sign a publishing deal, which when I did that, afforded me the amount of money to have a deposit for the house. And when I look back at the board, maybe a year and a half later, everything, I kid you not, that was on that board was in my house, everything. So it definitely works, and magic can definitely happen. What does Island Girls Rock mean to me? Wow. It means that this girl can. It means that women of Caribbean heritage are showing out in the world and are amazing and are often not recognised for the contributions that we make within the world. Celebrating, Caribbean women and our contribution and our success, I think is something that is necessary. I think it's definitely puts a bit of shine on your smile. It puts a pep in your step when you realise that you are not alone in your journey. There are many other women around you of Caribbean descent that celebrate where they're coming from, their heritage, and are making a difference out in the world in a small way or a big way. And also it's about sisterhood, it's about women sharing a space and owning a space, and stepping up into that space too. I rock Jamaica. Oh yes.
All right.
Jamaica jam down all the way. Yes.
Excellent. It's been wonderful speaking with you, Michelle.
Thank you.
See you on the 25th.
See you on the 25th.
All right.